welcome to MS4. Today we're going to do a look to match the weather. So here in LA, where I live at, towards the coastal part, we're getting tons of fog, very foggy. Other places I know are getting hit by hurricanes, so I'm not complaining, but it's just putting me in kind of a mood. So I want to do sort of that fogged in, cozy, or dark and gloomy, depending on how you want to think about it. I'm trying not to go the dark and gloomy route. You know, it's the don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. It's early morning, so probably my vocal cords are not what they should be. Anyway, I've already put on my Dr. Jart BB in the bathroom where it lives. I've been defaulting to that, and again, this is the Lawless powder. I've been defaulting that because it's kind of a nice one and done. It has your sunscreen in it, has some emollients in it, but it doesn't stay like a sticky. It's not necessarily dry either, but it's not sticky. So I've been wanting to get back and use some other foundations. I have the NYX, the skin tint that I want to get back to. I think I'm going to do a whole Danessa look. I don't have any of her palettes, but I have a lot of her different like eye products and things that I feel like I could do a look. And maybe I'll get that'll get me to use the foundation. We'll see. We'll see. So anyway, I want to do, because I'm just out of the shower, by the way, because it's kind of that rainy day sort of a look, I actually don't want to do like a bronzer or a contour. I want to use two different blushes. I'm going to do the pink category. I'm going to use two of the NYX, the Butter glosses. The darker one is all the Butta, and the lighter one is my Butta half. So I want to use this more of a base for what I'm doing. We're just going to see. We're going to see. This is the color, kind of matches the packaging. You don't have to worry with these blushes about them not showing up. They'll show up. Maybe you need to worry about them showing up too much. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we're doing. We're a little experimental today too. So I'm going to use this darker one more as the base or a contour. So I'm coming in to the hollow of my cheekbones and just building it and bringing it up a little bit. Now you may hear some agitation. My washer is going. But I'm leaving my office door open so my dog can come in and out if she needs to. It's all about my puppy. That's my current life happening, is all about the puppy. Well, there's other things happening too. There's my writing, and there's the job search, and so forth. But there's lots of puppy business. Mabel and I were up. I had a headache this morning, and I think it's kind of that change of the weather. The osmotic pressure always gives me a headache. It's funny because they talk about, like, if you have an old football injury, well, my head is the old football injury. Not football injury, but that's just tends to be what feels the pressure changes. Once it's changed and it's not moving around, the headache kind of subsides, but while it's moving, it's big fun. So anyway, we were out at 5 this morning walking. We ran into one of my older neighbors who's always out early in the morning. His name's John, and his dog is named Goober. So we ran into them, had a nice chat at 5 in the morning. So that's how life is going. Okay, so now I'm going to put on the lighter pink in more of a blushy fashion. So it's like you're right here in the room with me. We got the clothes washing, got the dog having a laze about, very exciting. It's a Friday morning. I do have house stuff to do. I have a pair of my partner's pants that need mending. So I'm coming in just a little bit on the eye region there with this lighter pink. Bringing it across a little bit. Oh, did I show you what this? Yeah, that's how that one looks. I didn't love the bronzers of the NYX. The colors were alright. I had ones that I liked better, so I let those go by the wayside. I have a little, I think I've told you guys, I have a little patch here that doesn't love to take blush, so it ends up kind of making this white spot that makes anything I'm using for contour look darker, and my blush not look blushy in that area. Okay, so just a little blush along the sides of my eyes and up. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so that's it for blushy blush. We're gonna go to highlighter. This is the new Sigma Little Mermaid collection. I want to use this because it's kind of a little duochrome highlighter, but it's not, like, I have some serious duochrome highlighters. I've got one from Kaleidos. I've got some from Glamlight, has had some spectacular, the Rick and Morty highlighters. Super shifty, blingy, lovely. But those, you know, today I'm not necessarily going for the bling, but I do like that whole little bit of shifty. Sorry if I blinded you, didn't mean to. If I meant to, that would be really awful. Welcome to my video. Oh. No, we're not doing that today. Or ever, really. Not intentionally. Okay, so I'm putting on the highlighter, and I'm gonna go into the top of my eyes here too, and then just a little bit above the brow bone, but not a lot. I want to keep most of it on the cheekies. I've got the Rain song, you know, the little pitter patter, but it doesn't really matter. Again, my singing not really going this morning. If I can remember, I'll link it. I'm not saying I'm gonna, I'm saying if I can remember. Some days are more than others. Okay, so we're gonna go for the eye look now. We may come back in. Like I say, this cheek is always the one that gives me issues. So if you see issues, generally it's gonna be this side. So anyway, hopefully not, but I'm gonna use the Colorpop Twilight palette. Doesn't have any mirror, just has the movie. I'm not necessarily a Twilight fan, but I love this color story. So that's what we're doing. What I kind of want to do is an all matte, and then just do like one pinpoint of the white sparkly shiny on the interior. We're gonna see how that goes, because I do love, like, this is a great shimmer. I like to do it in middle, and these two, like, I really do love the color story of this palette. So it was one that I was interested in when it first launched, but I missed it because it immediately sold out. But the second time it came around, I picked it up, and I'm not unhappy that I did that. It's worked out very nicely for me. But it's not, okay, hang on, I just dropped my eyeliner. It's that kind of morning. Okay, all right, so we're going for the matte. So what I'm going to do is start out with this bluish gray sort of matte, and do a lot of my eyeball with that, because I really want that to make sure that this color comes out. One of my viewers had suggested doing an ASMR video. Not that the washing machine is exactly what you want for I thought about maybe doing an actual attempt at that. There's some days, believe it or not, there's some days that I feel fairly nonverbal. I just like the quiet, kind of not saying anything. Not saying that happens often. I'm just saying it happens. So our fireplace, we do have a fireplace in our apartment. It's a gas one, but so there's no crackling. So we could just put on some holiday. You can, on YouTube, there's holiday crackling fire if you want it without music, or if you want it with music, either way. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting the blues. What do we want to go in the middle in our crease? That's a really good question. I'm glad I asked it. There's more of a green, let's just go with the lighter brown, I guess, for crease sort of things. That way we're not getting too fancy with ourselves. Not that you can't get too fancy with yourself. I mean, you can get as fancy as you'd like to. As you've noticed, I've done the glam at the dog park and glam for the grocery store so far. So there's no reason you can't have as much glam as you want to have with your eye looks or your complete looks, whatever those are. But because I'm kind of going for that moody, I'm intentionally trying to be low key on the sparkly till I get to that inner corner. So how you doing? Everybody staying calm or excited or whatever you're trying to be in the universe. Okay, I kind of like that. I'm going to go into the light blue underneath. I'm going to line my eyes with an eyeliner, but let me put some light blue in there just to... I wouldn't say just to get exciting with things, but... Okay. All right, so then let's go into... This is the deeper green matte. So we're going there, and then we're gonna line, and then we're gonna put our little sparkly. And I'm doing all this with a Sigma kind of a packing brush. It's out of the Cinderella collection, and I don't know what number it is. It's a packing brush. Most of the things, like the right tool for the right job is a thing. But in a pinch, you can do, like I mentioned the other day, you can do a complete eye look with a very thin pointed pencil brush, or your hands. You can do it with your hands. But sometimes it's nice to have the right tool for the job. But, like I said, if you don't have the money for the brushes, one thing, you don't have to clean them. Which you should do to avoid eye infection. But there's a lot of looks you can do with just your fingers if you're wanting to do that. So if somebody tells you you have to have brushes, they're not correct. They're incorrect. But it is fun. It's fun to have brushes. I feel like it's... Let me throw in a geek reference. It's like Spider-Man, though. With great power comes great responsibility. If you've got great brushes, you gotta care for them. You gotta clean those brushes. So that's a concern. And it's good to know before you like invest in really good brushes, it's good to know what kind of brushes that you like for your eye shape or for your face shape. Because most, if you look at it, most creators have favorite brushes that they go back to. So you're saying that even though because they don't like to clean their brushes, they have a lot of brushes that they can go through, like buying more underwear instead of doing your laundry. But again, I like to think about, can I get to all my brushes? Can I clean them in a reasonable amount of time? If I have to, well, I do have to clean them. When I'm cleaning them, can I get to them all in a reasonable amount of time? And if the answer is yes, then you can have that many brushes. If you have the space to store them, you can clean them on a somewhat regular basis. None of us seems to be exceptional about cleaning your brushes. I did find it funny, one creator has on her channel, you can do a payment to incentivize her to wash her own brushes. Like she takes donations for brush washing. I haven't gotten there yet, but we always talk about it, but the things we do for our brushes. Okay, now we're gonna go in and try and do this little highlighty. So let me swatch this for you. So this is a drier powder sort of a, so, but when you get it on, like when I'm smoothing it out, it's really pretty. So that's just a gorgeous color, but I'm gonna try and keep myself contained for this and just keep it in that just a burst of light in that inner corner. That's the concept. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this. I don't know if it's gonna get huge. I just don't know. It's hard for me to see what you guys are seeing sometimes. Okay, I think that side is working. Theoretically. That's kind of my favorite word anymore, theoretically. Does it work? Theoretically. Okay, I think I got that one going. I went outside more of a little of a pinpoint because I just didn't feel like it was being visible. Hashtag first world problems. Okay, so I don't know that that worked. But anyway, we had a concept of an eye look. Okay, so let's line. And I'm gonna use, this is one of the Victoria Beckham Kajal, and this is in the Electric Blueberry. You can see the shade. Fantastic. The smudger. The smudger is my favorite part. But I do like whipping this out occasionally. That sounded nasty, but it's not. I like utilizing this eyeliner occasionally for its vibrant color, but also pairs nicely with more moody looks like this. Just gives you a little bit more lower definition. I'm gonna go on the upper lash line towards the out. Again, I don't really do, I don't do the waterline just because my eyes are easily congested. So this is my dark and stormy day look. So I can't say it was a dark and stormy night. I could, but it would not be accurate. Okay. need to sharpen that at some point in time. Okay, so there we are with that. So yeah, that's the Victoria Beckham gel. I didn't want to do a black because I didn't want to get where it was so heavy. So I thought maybe the blue would be dramatic, but not too heavy. So we'll see. Let's get some eyeshadow on. Not eyeshadow, mascara. Good morning. All right, this is the Better Than Sex Too Faced. Whatever mascara you adore is the perfect one to use. I feel like mascara is the same kind of thing as what sunscreen are you going to use. You know, it's like, which sunscreen is the best? It's like the one you're going to use. So in this case, mascara is one of the most divisive things. So I never really recommend mascaras. Most of the time it's just like the preference is too wildly varied. But I do try and get this mascara during the holidays when they do the large pack with a discount on that, and then try and layer my discounts with whatever points I have or if there's a sale. So, okay. All right. So I don't know that turned out how I was planning. You can see it kind of came down a little bit on this side. So I may be more sparkly. At least I do not have a zoom of any kind today, so it won't look like I'm crying if my tear ducts are all sparkly. Okay, there we go. Let me put on my spectacles. Okay, so that was the color I was trying to do on the inner eye, on the tear duct. I don't know that worked, but here we are. So lips. I do love this color, so I was trying to take that off before we went to lips, but that was me. And then it got just this. So technically, if you wanted, you could like be gentle and use that as if you had a very diffuse, fluffy brush. You could use that for a kind of blingy, sparkly, lovely highlighter. But you just have to be careful with it because it is rather sparkly. Anyway, here we go. So this is what I'm going to use for lips is the Charlotte Tilbury 90s Pink. I've been trying to use these, trying to use my products that I have, because this time of year the FOMO hits super hard. Like I've been looking at that Nomad Speakeasy palette, but I was like, I just need to use my stuff and enjoy it, so I'm taking out the low-hanging FOMO fruit. Things that I already do have, things that I have something exactly like that I don't need to rebuy in another, frenzy of holiday shopping. Holiday cheer with the $. So I'm trying to use this stuff. I did go see a movie with my partner, and it was with some of his work friends that actually worked on the film. So that was kind of fun. But I ended up using the Charlotte Tilbury, the Mark of a Kiss, the red, because I was wearing this black and white graphic shirt, sort of little squigglies. It was a New Works shirt also, the NOOWRKS shirt. But it looked really nice with the black and white, really graphic, and then a red lip. And that red, the Mark of a Kiss, is a really, I always hate to say universal, because, but I think that's a really easy red to wear for a lot of different skin tones. And I watched a lot of videos for these colors, trying to figure out what and if I wanted things. And so this is why I don't need any new lipsticks, really. Like there's one lipstick thing that I'm eyeing, is the Merit 3-pack for holiday, because it has shades that aren't available other places, and I really love that berry tone in it. But I have a lot of lipsticks, you know, and lipsticks I really love. I know I keep trying to do this. Just let me see. This is why having me have a quiet video, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so this is the 90s pink. The packaging is the regular ones are rose gold. This is a pinkish-ish, I say, pinkish, and there's a red-ish for her new lipsticks that came out. But anyway, very nice. Okay, so I mean, you already saw the eye look. I don't know. I technically maybe could use more blush, but I don't. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. So let's stop there. All right, so I'm gonna go. I don't think it's raining. It's just foggy today. So I'm gonna kind of maybe have a nice cup of tea. I've had 2 cups of coffee already, but I don't know that it's working. So maybe I just have a nice cup of tea and sit on the couch with the dog. And then have all the stuff that needs to get done, but maybe I'll just have a quiet moment before chaos ensues. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well, enjoying whatever weather you're having. If you're having horrible inclement weather, may it be passing soon, and may you be safe and spared the worst of it. So anyway, love you guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.